WWE set to make their content more adult-oriented, going more mature, not catering to the kids as much, or are they going to try to balance it out? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of the most consistent, prolific, and dedicated uploads in YouTube's history. This is The Dynamic, Sean's View Entertainment, right here on YouTube.com. Make sure to like this video and subscribe. And an update that I'm sure many are going to be pleased with, because we haven't really been pleased with many things that the WWE has been doing. Going to be PG and sometimes giving us G-rated program. Vince McMahon has went on record saying that sometimes his product has been G-rated, like when you have bunnies on your show. That's bad. Like when you have the Muppets on your show, Pee Wee Herman on your show. Now, WWE's PG rating expanding, becoming edgier. WWE doing risky angles, moving ahead. According to PW Insider Elite, and this makes a fan like me happy because I'm over the age of 13 years old. And I'm sure even some 13-year-olds would like some HLA, if you know what I'm talking about. It would appear that WWE may want to do more risky angles because they need buzz to push the product. Oh, they need buzz to push the product and get that network subscriber up because we know it's only $9.99. However, and especially with the current rut that the WWE's in, they need to take chances. There needs to be risk. Yeah, they ain't facing competition, but they need to go above and beyond right now. They need to go outside the parameter because right now it's too inside. They need, you know what I'm saying? You have to push. You have to push. However, WWE is still working with Mattel and have promised sponsors that they won't ever go back to how they were, which means Attitude Era, where we ain't going to see nip slips and all that stuff probably. But what about scantily clad women? You know, what about the bikini suits? What about the gravy bowl matches? It was speculated in a recent issue of the Wrestling Observer newsletter that we'll likely see more slip-ups. Oh, slip-ups, not nip-ups. And minor adult language on WWE TV. Yeah, because we have been hearing the words ass and bitch. And hey, for PG standards, you can't argue that. You know, you can't really have too many criticisms about that. Because when you hear ass or bitch on Raw, it's like a big deal nowadays. I mean, those words were synonymous with the Attitude Era. You heard them on a week-to-week basis, but nowadays, if you hear that, it's like, whoa, did the WWE just say that? Are they, they're not questioning themselves if they're going to get in trouble if they do something like that. They have to think outside the realm. The idea behind WWE's ongoing storyline between AJ Lee and Paige has definitely been to tease sexual tension between the two. PW Insider noted that there was a creative decision made last weekend that they want to go to further the angle. With AJ versus Paige storyline and a few other incidents like more adult language being used and Rosa Mendes being exposed on Main Event, it would appear that WWE may want to do more risky angles because they need the buzz to push the product, like I noted earlier. And that's what the WWE needs to do here. They need to get some interest. They need to get you invested. What the WWE doing right now, it's not working. They have to go in another direction. Once again, you can stretch the PG rating. You see, some of the Attitude Era, you may not know this, was PG. A lot of the stuff that Stone Cold did was PG, but they allowed more freedom. They allowed more space within that PG rating. Like I said, the WWE, they're being too careful, okay? They're not willing to go that extra mile, but sometimes they're going to have to go that extra mile because they want to garner ratings. And I understand that they have partners and they're a business. I understand they have Mattel. I understand they're still geared towards children. But you got to wonder, when you're watching Raw, how many children are up between 10:30 and 11:15? You know, that's more the adult audience watching at that time. That's why the second hour gains so much more viewers. Because you know what? A large chunk of WWE television still goes to that 18 to 34 age demographic. Believe it or not. Go check the stats yourself. While there's a lot of children watching, you still have a lot of eyes on the prize being us people over the age of 18. Me being 25 years old. I've been watching the WWE since I was about 4 years old. Even though at that time I probably didn't understand what was going on, I was still watching it, and I still went back and reviewed it, knew what was going on. I went back and, brushed up on my knowledge and the wrestlers and how it worked and what went into it and the whole big thing. So I've been a fan for a lot of years, so you've come to a very trusted source. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want your comments and I want your opinions. And what do you think about the WWE being more risky and gearing more towards adults? They need to do this. It's something that has to happen because you know what? As much as kids love it and the kids want to buy the merch, it's ultimately the parents that end up bringing their kids to these events, and it's the parents that buy the merch for these kids for them to enjoy their time, you know, and get invested and, you know, and just, you know, feel a part of the show, so to speak. Your comments, subscribe.